All right, welcome to RG Studio ProCon number 3. We're here. Soon. This is created by a friend of mine who lives in Michigan, Ellis Buffet. It's for the RG Studios web series called Hardliner. I got me a little list here. We're going to talk about some stuff here. But first, I want to come get you. Woo-hoo! Jungle. Jungle. All right, we're live right here at RG Studio. I just love this tune. And you can hear this tune on Hardliner, the web series, which the first episode will be coming out here shortly. I'm almost done with it. And ready to go. All right. Now, here at RG Studios, PromoCon. And we're live here on my favorite channels, YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. Omega Man number 7. I just finished the script. It's a one-page script. I'm going to take you in a journey of the macabre. And we will explore the things, the conspiracy things that is making us all nervous about this election coming up with Trump and TV Joe Biden. Ooh. Now, if you want my view on that, don't vote for Biden. He's already been in there. He was with Obama. Ain't did nothing. You see what I'm saying? And he's been there 47 years before then. You know. Now, of course, we can't stand the businessman that's up there because he got a slick mouth. But we already know he's going what he's going to do. Sleepy Joe Biden, he can't remember half the things he's talking about. Anyway, I'm going to forget about both of them right now. We're going to get on the Omega Man. Now, I've been working on this series here for probably, maybe 8 months now. I don't know. I got number 7. I'm thinking that we can probably crank out 10 episodes of the Omega Man, maybe 13, and round this conspiracy story to its conclusion. Now, the next episode, number 7, like I said, I got it rolled up here. We will bring you into the macabre of this whole conspiracy. What's really going on with the German, these New World Order, the possibility of them exterminating people on a vast level with these germs and what eugenics. Of course, now I mix a lot of fiction and stuff with the Omega Man. It's not always about uh, 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 curling all the truth together. I'm not a news reporter. I'm not trying to fish out a whole story about and give you reporting the news. No, it's not RG Studio. It's about art and entertainment. You don't like any of that? I suggest you go watch ABC News. Anyway, that's Omega Man. I just love these. This is what I'm doing here with RG Studio. With this promo con, like I told you before in the first two, I'm trying to combine everything that I've done in years past into, as they say in business, we're trying to restructure. We're trying to diversify. We're trying to condense and put together. That's what we're doing here. We're putting it all together, restructuring RG Studios in these troubling times. Now, you make sure you wear your mask when you're out there around people you truly don't know. You know, I do. When I leave the studio, I'm strapped up in my hazmat suit, going to the store. I don't care if they're laughing. So what? I'm getting my groceries. I'm gonna eat. Now, this here is Daredevil 61. It will be on Internet RG Studios and Collectibles on eBay. That's the description, grading description. This here is the grade. It's called CGC Universal Grade. Let me get that right. This is I love comic books. I love people who well, just tell me, I love comic books. I'm a late bloomer to comic books. I started reading them practically when I was after what, year 17, when I was 17 or so, whatever. My grandmother said, you're a late bloomer. Well, I love. But anyway, Daredevil. Not much of a superhero for Marvel, but here's the thing. Daredevil was probably one of the first, or in the category one or two, that they started crossover material. You see Spider-Man in here, Thor, all the ones that already came before Daredevil in his magazine. And that's what pretty much kept Daredevil alive for Marvel for some time. This will be on sale on eBay. Just go to RG Studio Collectibles on eBay. And I'll be posting this and you can get it. I would bet that I got it valued at, they got the value on there, but it's a 5.5. This will probably go for an average couple of $100, but I can bet you can get it for 70, $80 on eBay on my auction site. Yes, you can. You want to put that in? Go right here and do that. Please do. You got to put a value on it for that. I like to put the description of the grade and what the book is really worth to a collector. I have other books here too. Famous Funny, number 49. It's a CGC grade, 6.0. It's a fine, solid case. It's really, really a nice book. I got it valued at $350. Now, why I put the value on these books like that is that's what I would pay for it if I'm a collector. I will go as high as $350. Not saying that you need to pay me $350 for it. I'm saying that's the value. I'm putting my true, honest collector's value points on it for description. You can disagree. You can say this book ain't worth 10 cents. Doesn't make a difference. But if you're a real collector, you want to get an idea of what some books are valued to other collectors who might want to pay you later or buy it off of you later, and you'll have an idea. This is what it is right here. I'm not too much into like the strips like these here as far as collecting them. But I gave this some serious thought. I'm going to put it on the wall. As you can see behind me is a lot of stuff. Like over there, I got some Batman stuff over there on the wall. Let's see, yeah, Batman, Detective Comics. Over on my other side here, I got Wonder Woman, Sensation Comics #1, Wiz Comics #1 with Captain Marvel. But these kind of books here, I wasn't really too big on the collecting aspect. But I do like them all, no question about it. Yeah. And they were the first really comic books before Action Comics #1, Superman. I mean, a lot of people will say, "Oh, Superman was the first comic book." That's not true. No, it's not. There is what we call platinum. These books were before the superhero comic books started coming out with the beginning of Action Comics #1. This spectacular, beautiful book, and you can probably pick this up on auction. I'd give it probably $90. Being top dollar, someone probably would want to take it home, but it's valued at, I believe, in my own opinion, $350. You know, if you ever want to sell it later, you don't want to do it. Okay. I'll go do some more comics later, but I got a lot of comic books going on auction on eBay. RG Studios Collectibles on eBay. Uh, Want to talk about my Patreon account too. I have a Patreon account. Please go to Patreon, look up RG Studios, become a patron, donor, supporter. Talking about $1, $2 a month. Don't go out of pocket. This studio here is nonprofit. As you can see, I'm pushing my eBay stuff to make money for the studio. I buy stuff like that mask you see on the wall back there in the back. Those type of things like costumes, masks, uh, props, a lot of props. I got a bunch of them. Wish I would put some up there in front for you to see some. Oh, I got a few of them. Matter of fact, right here on the side of it. Now you thought about it. Give me a second. Everything can't be in arm's reach sometimes. You just got to reach for it, I suppose. But anyway, trying to get him to stand up here so we can see him. But anyway, these action figure characters were in the film Chocobo. I like them because of the the art in them, how they're designed. See there? See that? See that? This is a beautiful action figure. I like that. Over here, it's like some people on Facebook can see it. The camera's over here, so that's why you see me looking back and forth. I got multiple cameras running in the studio. I got YouTube and I got Facebook. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to that, that's what I love about this is the art of these, and this is kind of a representation of the Japanese samurai, of what how he's dressed and designed. It has that influence, and you got that gothic Viking art extrapolated together. That's the Kobo's fictional character I created, kind of like a barbarian. I like that kind of stuff. As you probably can tell. Uh, this is one of the other characters in the action figure realm. He was in the Coke. Okay, that was that coming out of the box. Yeah. This was from I use it in Sukobo, the Middle Kingdom, along with the other ones. These kind of things I buy in the studio with the extra uh, budget money that the studio makes. You know, I'm going outside of utilities and bills. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the art itself. Yeah, I use a certain fraction of money to spend on things like that so I can create stuff. And that's what I do here. And go to my Patreon account, be a Patreon, a supporter, $1 or $2 a month is really fantastic for us. And here, me, myself, and I say that. I talk like that. Now, film and cinema. I keep up with the trades of the Hollywood industry. I keep up. I watch it. I look at it. I I, I, I assess it and synthesize it. They've been having trouble with financing films through the big budget productions for some time. Everybody in the business that's got any top grade will probably have mentioned it in the interview once or twice. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Mark Scorsese, you name them, the big boys in the business, have said something to the effect that the declining box office, the blockbusters, I'm gonna use my words right here, the cataclysm is coming. Something is going to change. Now, when I first heard him speak of it in tone, I wasn't quite sure what they were talking about. But as the years went through and I started studying it, you know, the major industry was in trouble long before the coronavirus the germ ever hit the court. You know, it had nothing to do with the germ itself. It was coming regardless. These big budget blockbusters can't all of them can't make $1 billion. It's just inevitable that something was going to happen. And now, getting to my points here, what I thought, now don't take this like this is going to happen for real. This is now a projection, a prediction. Since we got a decline in box office sales already, and then we have a germ that comes in and it's collapsing the theaters. The number two theaters are going to fold up. AMC and Regal. I think they call it Cinema something, Cinema World, but they own all the Regal theaters in the United States, and AMC owns all the biggest chunk of theaters in the United States and across the globe. You take those away, and you're reduced down to independent mom and pop theaters, which will be probably a few hundred, probably no more than 700, 800 at best. Remember I talked about Billy Jack, one of the episodes here, number 2 and number 3, how before the major studios had blockbusters, there was nothing but 500, 700 theaters. Billy Jack came in, 1,000 theaters. They need 1,200 theaters, and all 5 of those films of Billy Jack's made money, made that man rich, distributing wise. Well, those days are done. As you can tell, this year there's a lot of films that didn't release at the theaters because of the germ. What do you think is going to happen next year? If there's no cure, there's no vaccine, and the word is there ain't never been a vaccine for something of this nature ever. This will be the first if it ever happens, which means that the theaters are already in trouble before this, with no movies being released, and they depend on them just to break even most of the time. It's a collapse right in front of our face. The prediction is that they're going to start trying to do something that I had foreseen and got wind of a couple of days ago. James Bond, the new movie, they want to, it was being whispered. I don't think this was coming from the production company, but it's being whispered amongst the people who have no control over it, that it's for sale, but it wasn't. But when they got up on the table, the people who own it said the talking starts at 600 million, like it's an auction. I heard the word auction being thrown around. Here's a prediction or a theory. What if the studios are sitting on a bunch of films that haven't been released yet, as you know? What if these films are put into some type of distributing auction, and the streaming services start bidding on it, like they would if they were a comic book? And the rights and all that, let's get past the legalities of it, was set up in such a way that these people will have probably 6 months to a year to make their money back, whatever way they want to do it. But they got that time. They go on promo, whatever they want, sell T-shirts, popcorn, candy, peanuts, whatever. But you're going to start the auction for an average movie of that magnitude, probably at maybe 60, 70, 80 million. Knowing full well it's going to go balloon past that. This becomes the new distributing platform. Auction. Distributing auction houses. I'm just throwing that out there. Not saying that's happening. I'm throwing it out there. I saw a wind of that 2 days ago, but I heard them talking about it on many websites. And it came together as a theory. Not through them, but when I was sitting there listening to them, I said, that's probably the future, and they don't even know it. They're throwing it out there in little bits and snippets. But the truth of it is, major movie studios is going to go through major distributing auction houses to get rid of all these films. There's about 20 or 30 films that ain't been released yet this whole year. What do you think? And all the ones that's been already greenlit and in production and maybe some of them closing or wrapping up at this time by next year. If they ain't the dealers, I'm just saying, they're more likely than not going to, unless there's a cure, they're going to be in the same situation they are now. Some of them probably worse, going to be closed. And then you're going to have a whole bunch of movies like Black Widow, which I predict will go straight to streaming. It's going to be either a high auction bid, a distributing auction house is going to auction that movie off, like they did, like buying it like they did Coming to America #2, and they even haven't even seen a clip of it yet. They never spend a dime on promo. It's already been sold to Amazon. Amazon's not the only one that can do it. You probably get some other people together, who a group of people will come together and say, let's put our money together, let's buy some of these movies, and then release them on streaming services that set up all sorts of promo cons, valuables, and sell them too. And like I said, you got to get past all the legalities. But once you get all the legalities all straightened out, the platform for a distributing auction house is in plain sight. I see it coming. You know, I could be wrong. RG could be wrong, but I see it coming. Yes, I do. Now, okay. Sorry about the people on Facebook. I had already started live streaming on YouTube. You missed about 20 minutes of it. Sorry. But I'm RG. I'm at Studio Con, RG PromoCon, RG Studios PromoCon 3. Now I get my words twisted up. This is where we at. We're streaming now. I've shown some stuff here. We're talking about okay. What we're talking about is Omega Man. I got it finished up. First page, well, it's only really always a one-page script of the Omega Man #7. I will be taking you into the macabre. We'll be exploring the the conspiracies. We'll be exploring the depth and the reasoning behind. Of course not. There's a lot of fiction I'm throwing in. The reasoning behind the germ. Is it the world order involved? Are they using eugenics? A lot of people, some people are zombies. I'm telling you, some of these, I'm taking great liberties here. So, but it's an interesting web series. I want you to come see it. If you haven't seen any of them, go check out some of the web series. What is it, #7, 1 through 6 of the Omega Man. Talking about film and cinema. I believe the distributing platform is going to change to a distributing auction house platform. I believe that's coming. And that you hear and you heard it first. Come on, G. I'm not a prophet. I'm a businessman. A studio executive is who I am. And I seen it come. I've been doing my films on this type of level of distributing them on DVD. And then once YouTube came into existence, I was aware of it. I started using it to distribute my internet art film. That's the kind of thing that I like to do. But like I said, I see film, cinema and film, and streaming services going together through a distributing platform auction house. All these movies that they got that's out there that they have greenlit already, a lot of them, and a lot of them they haven't even released yet. With the major theater chains collapsing and closing up, there will not be any way to see these films in the way that we used to experience them. The only way you're going to see them is through a streaming services, or well, really that's about it. And the only way these major studios are going to be able to get that kind of money out of them is a distributing platform auction house. They're going to have to auction them off to streaming services, probably starting to bid at 50 million. It might go as high as 200 million, and they're going to have to, of course, when you make a movie of that magnitude, you have to trim the budget down. You have to get people who's very creative, who can do a film, any film, and be creative with it and make it lucrative for the investors and make it very entertaining for the people who's watching it. And it has to be creative. It cannot be just throwing away money for the sake of money. Because that $600 million for a film, those days are dead. You know. Now they may pay 600 million for James Bond, but I don't see that one popping off. What I kind of see is that they're going to settle between 4 and 5 hundred million, and they're going to sell it to the streaming services because it's just not going to make any money. What are you going to show that it needs you get a little money out there with 700 screens, maybe the mom and pop independent theaters that will still be surviving during this pandemic. You can make some money, but you're not going to make a whole lot of money. The only way you're going to make this kind of revenue is you're going to have a distributing platform auction house. You have to sell it, auction it off for 6 7. They can have it for about a year, maybe 2 years, who knows. And I'm getting past the legalities of all of this. You're going to have to tie in all sorts of promo stuff that they can do. I'm just going to get really out there with it, and this doesn't mean they got to do this. But you have to be able to sell peanuts, popcorn, T-shirts, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Promo code, whatever it takes to make ends meet at the crossroads. That's going to happen, and the major studios are avoiding it by pushing stuff back, thinking stuff is going to disappear. If you ain't got a cure for the germ or vaccine, pushing it back ain't gonna stop nothing. Or people's memories may fade; they may forget about it. I could be wrong. I'm not a prophet, but I'm looking. I read the trades of the Hollywood trades a lot. I keep up with the industry's business. It's an entertainment thing of mine. But I come to realize several days ago this situation has an outcome, and I think it's in front of our face. And I'm putting it out there. A major studio platform auction house. All these movies that's already been greenlit probably won't make a lot of their money back, but they won't be going knuckle busted broke. They're gonna make some money. Let's say you made a movie for 200 million, well, you might be able to make about 125, 180 million. You get some money. Do some promo kind of stuff for it. Be involved in the promo issues of the legalities is what's gonna tie a lot of them up. But if they can get past the legality and all this copyright crap that's in the way, move that shit aside, get down to business, and say, look, we still want to make money. Now, how are we going to do that? We got to let these people make some money, and we want to make some money. Okay? We got what? How many years, how many months or years we got to do it? Probably on an average studio release, probably 8 months to a year and a half. That's it. As these movies roll out like that, they can make these money. They're going to have to open up the streaming services and the DVD services like they used to be. That's what people like to collect. You got to let them do it. I don't care how weak it sounds. Give them some DVDs. Yeah, let them have that. Let them watch it on TV whenever they want to. Let them buy a T-shirt. Let them buy a coffee cup. Whatever. Anything with a poster or picture of the movie on it. You got my. Now, The Murder of the Internet art film. I'm still working on that. Now, this film was shot on Super 8. I haven't shot on Super 8 for almost 25 years or longer. It was the last Super 8 film I did was in the 80s. Yeah, it was that long ago. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was Small Time Detective. Might have been that. I'm not sure. I have to look on my own website and see my list of films and go back and do a retake. But I think it was Small Time Detective. That was like 1987 or 86. That's the last time I actually shot Super 8. Getting to the core of this, The Murderer of the Internet art film is a concept that I want and did shoot on Super 8 for the first time in many years. And I wanted to use old style effects, stuff that I wanted to do then that I actually couldn't do. I'm doing it now, and for me, is to relive or to indulge in a format that I haven't indulged in some time, and to dredge up whatever art I could. It was interesting. I had, I believe, a 6, 7 page script of this film. I didn't want it to be no longer than 20 minutes. I had bought almost 40 minutes of Super 8 film. Hard to get a hold of, too. Let me let you know that. Super 8 film, back in the day, Kodachrome 160 is hard to get. Um, but I did manage to get 40 minutes. I had paid a pretty penny for it, but I got it. A camera that I had bought at some time ago. I saw it at a shop, and I bought it. I didn't know if it worked. I have two of them. I got one behind me here. That one right there. That one was not really suitable for production for various reasons. I won't get into a long, drawn out technical page about it, but it wasn't suitable. The other one was the camera that was suitable. Had a that's popping up on my. And while I'm moving from here to here, because I got Facebook and YouTube, two cameras rolling here same time. Anyway, it wasn't suitable enough. No, it was suitable enough for the production because it had some type of technical device on there that would allow me to turn the camera on and turn it off, almost like a remote control from a distance. But Super 8 didn't have that technology then, but the best they could do at that time was when you could turn it on with a switch and it would be locked in. And before then, I was using wires that were hooked to the battery, and I'll pull them apart, put them together, and you hear the motor go. And this one was something I couldn't afford back in the day. This camera probably would have cost me about a half a grand back in 1980. Cost me what, $9 when I bought it. It was technically useless to the society at hand because everything was digital. Anyway, indulging in Super 8 film was something I wanted to do once again. I wanted to make maybe one or two more films in Super 8, and I'll call it good. I got another production I might want to do in Super 8 called I've been having it on the books for some time now called The Dark Box. I had two different young directors attached to it, and that's basically falling apart on that level of reasoning. I won't get into a long dramatic course about it. I'm still working with one of them as a musician. He's doing work on the Hardline web series, and you heard that during the first part of this when he started this. If you're on Facebook, if you're tuning in at this moment, I'm sorry that part's been cut out because I forgot to turn the camera on. But I might I'm trying to keep in mind that I will let that play before I end this episode of RG Studio Con number 3. But Ellis Bethea is he did the writing on the song called In the Jungle. It's a lovely tune. I don't mean lovely in like, I'm talking about like a Curtis Mayfield style. It's cold blooded. I love it. Matter of fact, let me just play it right now. Let's get a taste of this again. Ellis Bethea in playing the song In the Jungle. This is for the Hardliners web series. You will hear this tune throughout the web series. You know, starting with episode number 1. He's a young man. He's about 21, 22. I might be pushing that. He's a young guy, early 20s. And he's a filmmaker and musician. He's very, very good. I'm really proud that he contacted me because of the film. Let me turn this off. I'm getting distracted. I like it. Okay. Uh, the film, the documentary film, um, Double Digits. He saw that. He was in school and about to go to college to film school, and his teacher turned him on or introduced him to Double Digits, the Neighborhood movie star that was directed by Justin Johnson. Now, I'll cut through the long dramatics of this. He got in touch with me. We've been talking ever since. And we've been, just like in Hollywood, we become friends. And now we make productions together. So, you know, when he's involved in the Hardliner web series. And I'm putting this out there right now. We're going to be involved in another production that I hope to get started and running next year. It's called The Expendables, the Internet Art Film. It's going to involve some Hollywood people and some Wichita people, filmmakers, creatives. We're going to get together. I'm taking all three of those films that are just Stallone classics. I call them classics. Uh, and I'm going to script up some stuff, put it in the internet. And this is about art now, so I'm not trying to do a remake or nothing like that. It's about art. I'm gonna take the best pieces out of those movies and sew them together, and it's gonna be an art, the internet art film called The Expendables. Oh, it's gonna be great. And I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been soaking on that for about 2 years now. Now, my auctions on eBay again before I go off for today. What we got here, people love Batman, and I do too. You know, I'm a Batman fan. Who do I like best, Batman or Superman? Well, I got to choose Batman. But I do like Superman, I really do. Who's the best seller? Superman. Uh, he's the strongest seller. He always sells. His comics always sell. Batman is definitely a seller. Don't get me wrong. He's a strong number two. And what I got here is a list, again, a description list of an eBay comic I'm selling. It is a graded CGC universal grade. And those collectors that know what that is and those that don't, that is when a comic book is in a slab. We call that a slab. Plastic case protection. Check this out. This is number 54. It's called a PG grade. Why is it a PG? Well, most of them is 1 through 9. PG basically means that it's a partial. Um, and partial in this case, it's a one page. Why would one page of a comic book sell? If you're not a collector, I'm gonna give you the notes on that. It's possibly art. Batman we're talking about. And Batman's art is fantastic. When you got Bob Kane and there's a guy's name, Bob Kane and Bill Finger, who draws these characters with such um, creative art. Like, look at that pirate looking fella there. You know, look at that. Can you see him there? Look at that pirate looking fella right there. You know, it's like these characters show up on TV somewhere, you know. You say, man. And when you read comic books and you see somebody look just almost like that. It's because the artists back then were drawing these pieces of work based on real people. You know, we may not know who they were, but our eyes tell us, which is the art. So like I seen that guy before somewhere in some movie. Yeah. But anyway, this is worth. Did I put a value on this one? Yes, it is. Now I may be underestimating the value on this. And again, this is only my opinion to give the collectors out there what I think this would be worth if they were to get this off auction or were to sell it again to somebody else. This is $270. Now if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's the most I would pay for it, 270. So obviously I didn't pay 270 for it. And even if I did, I bought it because I like it. Again, beautiful art. Beautiful. It's a solid, fine case. About the only thing you're gonna see on this is my fingerprint. Everything else is real soft. There's no leases. What I mean by that, for the collectors out there, there's no opening. Some of these cases you get the openings open up here. Doesn't damage the comic book, don't mind you. But for collectors, most you don't really want these damaged. You know, we put these away probably in a box. For me, I got some on the wall back there. As you can see, they're Batman comic books. One of them is Detective Comics number 31. Everybody knows what that is. Yeah, it's a nice book. Worth a lot of money too. Almost 30 grand. You think I'm building my own collector's know what I'm talking about out there. It's worth a lot. And I got, let me go ahead and get on with this. This is the description. Swamp Thing. Go to my eBay. It's called RG Studios Collectibles on eBay. If that's too hard, just say Internet Art Film on eBay in their search engine. It'll take you right to my site. And this one is CGC grade 0.885. That's a high grade for a comic book, very high. The value on this, $485. Very underestimated grade, believe me. An 8 point will run you almost close to $1,000. Trust me. That's getting it cheap. 8.5. Reason I say it's worth $400 is to me. That's what I would pay. I got this. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't $400. So there goes to show you, collectors pay what they want. Okay, this is a beautiful book. It's a beautiful case that is in solid and fine condition. That is Swamp Thing. What number is that? Number 3. Somebody out there is going to want this. I suggest you go to eBay. Find RG Studios Collectibles. In the next week or so, these items will be going on auction. You'll be able to pick it up for very little. I'm gonna give a guess, $60. I'm gonna give a guess. I think I'll be breaking even by mistake. I have to find paperwork on that. But that's what the market is right now. Now, the market in comic books changes radically. It goes up and down real quick. One week, you might find a lot of collectors think got what they want, and the price goes down. Doesn't mean the book is less value. You can get it at a good price. Now, you might get it at $60 this week, next week, or enjoy it. That's what it is. Very active market. Very active. Here's a book, 1940s Joe Palooka. Again, these are not my favorite books to collect, but I like the art in it. I love the art in these books. Let it smell of it too. Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting book. Beautiful art. These these books are got the value in this book. Now, my opinion, this book is worth $20. Yeah. Because of the art and its age. It has some writing on it. I won't go through the description of it, but you'll see it listed, and it will be descriptions will be in the eBay listing. Everything that's on this white piece of paper will be in the eBay listing when you see these books. This is Superman Action Comics number 309. Now, a lot of people think just because they grab Action Comics of any era that they're worth money. That's not true. Anything really under 200 is a pretty much a sought after, not sought after, but a valuable, has some type of value. Above 300, and this is 309. It's not that pop. It's not that much in this. But it is still old. It's a 12 cent. Like mid 60s, late 60s. I give it value $18. That's top. You probably can pick this book up for $4 or $5. Yeah. Um, if you cut out the shipping on this, you can get this book for $10. If you pay more than 18, I don't know why you would, but if you pay more than 18 for this book, I guess you want it. But it is Superman, and it does sell. It smells good. Now, somebody might want this book because they want it in their collection, and they can't find it. Now, that'd be one reason why they would pay more than $18 for it. Maybe they've been having a hard time getting a hold of it. Maybe they got a copy of it one time, they got destroyed, and they just having bad luck. It's, oh, there's a nice. And again, some people got these books, and the issues aren't that great. I got this listed in fair condition. There's some damage to it. It has, I won't go into the listing of it, but it's some damage to it. It's not in mint condition. But you can pick it up rather cheap. And I have to mention, I have to mention again, when you buy them or get them on auction from RG Studios, there is no shipping fee. So it's for free. Most people are going to charge you at least $6 to ship a comic book. That's what it costs almost to ship. That's just standard. Post office ain't going down on the cost either. Don't even ask. Batman once again will be selling it, not selling, but auctioning this off at RG Studios within a couple of weeks. This is number 274, like Superman. Batman started a little later than Superman, so the issues are a little bit down under the bar of the number. But this is about the same year as the one I just showed you, and the value is pretty much the same. $18. Because these issues are from the late 60s, early 70s. So I can look at this and see if I can read it still. Not young like it used to be. 274, 19. I'm sorry, I was wrong. 1976. These books here, and that's the other one, I'm sure is 1976 too. I'm going to just check it out just to be on the safe side. No, this one here, 1964. I was right about that. Batman, this one here, 1976. The value of this can be lesser than the one I just showed you. Why? Because we're getting closer to the bronze and copper age. All the silver age books and golden age books are the ones that are the volatile marketable with money right at this time. Okay. Of course, you can just take my opinion or you can venture up to research yourself. Anyway, Conan the Barbarian. These are like mid 70s, early 80s magazines. They are 20 cents at the time they were selling. This one, well, due to the movie that Arnold made, the value kind of popped up a little. Value is $16. I wouldn't pay any more than that for it. Maybe you will. I don't know. I'm giving you my honest opinion. Very nice smelling book. Not as potent as 1940s book, but you can still smell that age. Very uh, good cover book. Still got some gloss to it. You can see that reflection. That's the gloss that you can see in these books. Pick it up on auction. RG Studios and Collectibles. eBay. Dick Tracy, 1940s, late 30s. Tonnage. Got a beat up spine there. See that? See that beat up spine? These books here are more valuable than the ones I just showed. $25. This one because its grade is beat up. I got it listed as low grade to fair. I'm gonna go through the descriptions and tell you, but it's got some writing on the cover. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right up in there, there's some writing around the word Super Comics. Pick up some of these books here at RG Studios Collectibles on eBay. And you can get them on auction. They'll be on auction. Pay very little for them. And, oh man, I don't know how to store none of these great comics. I'm going to put them on auction here in another week or so. Things like get some personal things taken care of. These will be on auction. Promise. Just keep looking and checking. That's pretty much what I got today on RG Studios PromoCon 3. Okay, see what I got here. That's about it. I'm going to reiterate a few things. The music track, once again, for the Hardliner web series, is by Ellis Peter. He has a website on YouTube and Facebook. You can go to RG Studios YouTube check out the song, and you can link out to his page if you want to through there. Because he's commenting on there, so you can go right to his YouTube and follow his links where you want it, where he's at. The Omega Man will be shooting Omega Man here pretty soon once I wrap up the first episode of the Hardline. I've already started on the Hardliner episode 2 script. It is underway right here. I got a page done. I'm gonna give you a promo sneak peek of what's going to be in there. There's some criminals called the Creeps. I'm going to show you who they are. I just bought this action figures the other day. They come in the mail. I just love these action figures. And remember, Hardliner is going to show you in the whole web series the Rogue Gallery. I'm concentrated on the Rogue Gallery of art. I'm inspired by the Dick Tracy criminals in his comic books. This one here are the next criminal they are called They Live. They are the next criminals. They are called in the Hardliner web series the Creeps. Mama Creeps and Daddy Creeps. They're going to be carrying Thompson's machine gun. Oh, yes. We're always going to have a fantastic action figure and a character for the Hardliner web series. Yes. And let's see here, what else I got here. Oh, not looking really right away. I guess I can show you. That's pretty much it. Film and cinema. I'll reiterate, I believe all the films are going to have to go under a distributing auction platform. All these films is building up, and some of them have already been greenlit, and then some of them are already halfway done or done. Shane's Take Chai and Chi, whatever you call that, the MCU. This movie's already done. They're boasting it's going to make a lot of money at the box office. What box office? What box office? AMC is closed. It's shutting down. The Cinema World Regal shutting down. What box office? Studio, auction, platform, distributed. It's going to happen for these movies to make money. They've been greenlit. Investors and investing a lot of money. They want their money back, but they're not going to get it if they don't go somewhere else and create something. Little joke I threw in there from my old days. But anyway, appreciate you coming to the RG Studios PromoCon 3. I'm going to get off here. I got things to do for the day. I want you to have a great, lovely day. This is RG. We shall see you at the next RG Studio PromoCon number 4.